T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing, did I do it right, yeah. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light. I need to breathe, get me up and out of the sheets. Under my feet, another cup of coffee and me, that's what I need. My eyes puffy, I can't see, I'm too tired to function, but too lost to sleep. Hey, I think I need to be on something medication. I think I need to figure out the segregation. I think I needed just a better education to understand a world that's so complicated. Intoxicated, every night faded, just so I can sleep thinking that it's hated. I feel hated, I feel hatred, I'm lost deep in my mind that I've created. I have dreams where my life is devastated, feel so real that I wake up shaking. You think it's scared cause this life is no haven. Nod your head if you get what I'm saying. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing, did I do it right, yeah. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light, yo. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing, did I do it right, yeah. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light. I don't really think I understand this world now. Got my head spinning round in a circle. Everybody lacks what they need internal, so they compensate with everything external. Not trying to throw shade, no way. I'm just trying to find the meaning of life, hey. There's happiness if you try to live the right way. Forget about what others have and live your life, hey. Be aware of who you are, what you're good at. Take a step forward, see where your foot's at. Stand tall, stand proud, talk loud. Every word out your mouth has purpose now. You just gotta get rid of the bad thoughts. Hating others cause you know that they got a lie. Forget that though, you got plenty, you're alive in this life. You got time, go get it. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing, did I do it right, yeah. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing, did I do it right, yeah. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light.
Hey guys, how are ya? I see we have quite a few people here. I do see Joanne, Brooklyn, Watt, Angie, Mona. I seen Monkey. I seen everybody. Thank you for coming. Kat and Brooklyn, Clouds, Cocoa Bear. Hey. So how is everyone doing this evening? I do see hi to Angie and Tammy, and try to say everyone's kind of difficult at time. How is everyone doing this evening? Howard. I'm not sure what that is. Hi, honey. How are you doing? Hope everything is well. So everyone have a great Wednesday. Howard Lane. I'm not sure who Howard Lane is. Are you trying to say something? Let's see. I'm trying to look it up here. No. Hold on. 1 second. Hi, Chandra. Oh, yes. He suggested Jody. I did see that earlier. I don't know if anyone's interested in speaking about Jody. And wow, 1:33 a.m. in Ireland. Wow, Mary, you're up late or early. From Louisiana. Has it been warm and humid there? Give me 1 second. All right, let's see. Hi, Dane. How are you? I've been praying for you. Thank you, Patricia. Saw you and Tasha. It was great to have you all together. Thank you so much. So, are there people that is also interested in Jody and her cancer journey? I haven't watched a lot as of lately, but I can definitely go back and review some. I'm rocking in my chair, scared of my cat Sylvester. Brenda and PA Gorilla. Oh my gosh, yes. The heat index, wow, 114. Hey, Dylan, I didn't. Oh, there you are, Dylan. Hey, mean girls. What was it? Oh, actually, in upstate New York today, it was like 64 degrees. I actually was freezing, and everyone thought I was kind of crazy, but I don't know if maybe it's just, after the surgery and such, perhaps. Mary says, Jody, yes. All right. Well, I've got one video pulled up, and I'm gonna do the yes to Jody, Monkey Mimi. Okay, I'm definitely gonna go watch like the last 6 videos of Monkey or of Jody. That way, I can get more up to date on that. Mary, I think Jody has had cancer for like 20 years. Air is bad in Ohio. Pamela, it's actually the air is bad here again in upstate New York because of the fires in Canada. So when Tasha went to pick up Amelia from school, she actually said that she could smell some smoke in the air. So, all right. So actually, Tasha is just 24 years. Holy cow. Actually, Tasha is sitting right next to me, so she'll be coming over my microphone as well. I hope that doesn't bother anybody at all. So the first video, the Sunday brunch, I'm going to hold on to that one. That was their last live. I am going to do the coffee chat with Oreo, and I am going to skip the first like 6 minutes of the video because it was more so all focused on the dog. Wisconsin. Jen, Wisconsin, it just reminds me of Samantha Joe. I watched Samantha Joe. I think she's a cutie. Jody is having you both, love having you both together. Oh, thanks, Coco. My husband, is he stuck in Ohio? His flight was canceled for the smoke? Wow. Sorry to hear that. Charla, I get it. I think that Oreo is being used as a deflection and a way to switch things around. So what I just thought I would go ahead and skip, the most part of that. It's not a very long video. The Sunday brunch, I'm not sure how long that was, but I think it's like an hour. So if you can please send me a link to Jody's channel. What is it? Jody. I'll have to look it up, Marianne. I can't remember right now. Sorry. Yeah, he said it's bad. Wow. Don't know how to link it. What is her name? That's Jody. It's too cute for cancer. Jody. I forgot her last name. Someone probably has it. Jody Wright. Yes. Jody Wright. Too cute for cancer. So. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start to share my screen. She speaks to the dog like he understands her. The dog does seem like it is an intelligent dog, but I really still see the dog as a deflection. And Dylan, hi, Brenda. I will respond to your message this evening. I've been sleeping a lot, not having much energy to do anything. I kind of feel like someone. Dylan, I'm so sorry you still are not feeling well. I hope you start feeling better real soon. She's a dog whisperer, please. She also does sign language with the dog as well. And I think that's her teaching us, different ways to communicate. But I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. So just give me a moment. And a second. I'm still right here with you. Okay, so here you see my screen. I'm starting, it's about 5:33 into the video. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. And everyone can hear me well and no echoes or anything. Just wanted to check on that as well. If everyone could say just a little prayer for Dylan. She's been ill for some time now. Sounds perfect. Thank you, Mona. Okay, and you can see my screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start that. And, if you guys have any questions, just let me know and we'll go ahead and we'll discuss some of them, okay? Hey, Brooklyn, I didn't see you. I hear. Nice to see you. Here we go.
On accident. And what she did was she went to the door, she scratched on the glass, tried to ring the bell, which she couldn't because it's tucked under the TV, and then went over and put her feet on Mom. And was basically, I was like, she doesn't want to go out, Mom. She wants you to go out with her. So they're outside enjoying the warmth. I am in reserves today. So I know that we've not really talked much about. Oh, hold on. Here she comes. Anyway, I'm in reserves today. And what that means is tomorrow I have things to do and I'm trying to reserve the energy. And it's not.
Okay, so just listen to this part because I don't know how many people reserve energy for the next day. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know how you determine this, but we'll go ahead and listen.
That I have to save up the energy for tomorrow. But if I use it today, I may end up using some of tomorrow's today. And I can't afford to. That's what I was trying to explain to you guys the other day. And now that I'm fully medicated, it's easy for me to explain it.
Fully medicated.
I know that I can do things today. I do know that if I overdo it today, I will suck it up for tomorrow. And tomorrow I need to do the things that I have to do. I have a doctor's appointment and it's far and I have to drive. And I need to be able to do that.
So she has to drive. So I guess she's going to the doctor's by herself, perhaps.
And if I cannot afford to suck any of tomorrow's energy out today. I saw a really cute TikToker. He said, because I don't know how it's possible, but I think I feel tired tomorrow already. Or I feel tired already for tomorrow. And I can totally relate.
I do have to ask, do other people feel this way? Because I've never felt this way. So maybe it's just my way of thinking that how can you plan on being tired for tomorrow? And someone just said, that's what sleep is for. You get sleep and she does sleep. So I just can't figure it out.
Relate to that with this chronic illness, with this cancer, with this journey that I'm on. And it's kind of crazy. But what I had done before was I got up and I picked up a whole bunch of these burrow toys that I got the dog. I think I shared it with you guys.
Yes, you
There's
did.
like a little Lunchable. It's called a Munchable, and it's got like a piece of cheese that's got a squeaker in it and a Capri Sun. It says pooch, pooch punch, fruit pooch, like fruit punch. It's like a Capri Sun, a cheese, and a piece of bologna, and then we've got one with 3 Oreo cookies in it, or fake Oreos, Puppios. Anyway, when I bent down to pick them all up to get them ready for her while she was outside doing her business, and I stood up and my legs got really weak and shaky. Now I know.
Okay, now she's had her surgery. It was over a year ago, right? Won't it be 2 years this October with the surgery? I'm not sure. Someone might want to correct me there because I cannot definitely say that. Also, if she has problems with her legs still and they're shaky, she's not using her muscles. She's not using and strengthening anything. Also, let's not forget she has how many of those little, what are they called, Tasha? To pick up the stuff.
A grabber?
The grabbers. How many grabbers does she have? She has told us before, so she could kind of just walk over to it and grab it if she needed to.
Oh, look, I'm allowed to bend over. I'm not supposed to pick anything up from the bent over position, but I figured 3.5 ounces worth of doggy toys were not going to bother me. But what ended up happening, because I bent over for so long, is my legs started to get weak and shaky. Like literally almost like I couldn't feel them. And I know that means I'm putting pressure on my spinal cord, according to it.
So she's putting pressure on her spinal cord from bending over. She's had a lot of problems with this surgery, and I get it. I've had some pain and everything with my surgery, but I didn't go back to the head of the bed after anything and lay in bed for more months on end.
What the doctor said. I do have to be careful, and it's very hard to be careful, especially when everybody around you is working so hard and you want to get up and help. Now, I will tell you, I don't listen to the haters. I'm not even trying to give them any credit about this.
Hey, Rachel. We just started it. I skipped the part with the Oreo, so it's only a few minutes in, like 3 minutes in.
But here's the thing, haters don't bother me because they're ignorant.
So I think I'm ignorant as well as the other channels. And if there's other people, no problem, Rachel. If there's other people that is seeing this, then I guess she's calling a bunch of us ignorant. But I don't see where anything adds up.
What some of the things they say touch home because I can't do the things that they're claiming that I can, and I really want to. Now, I cry often. Jimmy working on the yard today. He trimmed the hedges in the front. We got new lawn equipment, and he's doing it all without me. And I love gardening. I love gardening. I love working in the yard. I love being my feet in the dirt and everything.
Has she ever mentioned how much she loved gardening? Because I don't recall this from before, where she loved to garden so much and putting her feet in the dirt and such. I mean, I'm just kind of lost on it. Even when she would go outside and they were cooking, she would be sitting out there. Now, I know a lot of people have mentioned, like in the comments in the past, about Jeri Ann having knee surgery. I do want you to know that she didn't have like a knee replacement or anything. She had an arthroscopic knee surgery.
And it's disheartening that I can't think of it. And it's not even like the fact that they're telling me that I'm lazy when I know that I'm not lazy, and the fact that they're telling me that I'm abusing my husband when I know I'm not abusing my husband, that stuff doesn't bother me because it just isn't true.
I think it is getting to her, and let me get this straight. I don't want to make anybody cry. I don't want to hurt feelings. I don't like calling names. I don't like calling out, like, she's a little bit on the heavier side. That's not what it's about. What it's about is stage 4, grade 4 cancer that metastasized and to her lymph nodes, as well as her bones, upper spine, and nothing is adding up. And she put the limitations on herself years ago. If you go back years ago, she had these limitations.
True. But reminding me of all the things that I can't do and then blaming me like I'm the reason, like I'm making up a reason why
You
I
are
can't
the
do it,
reason.
that freaking hurts. And it doesn't hurt, like they're not hurting my feelings like they're like, oh, like they're bullies and they're hurting my feelings. Like, point out my disability, why don't you? Like that kind of thing. That just sucks. Like, why do people suck? And then, yeah, believe what you want, think what you want. That's fine. It took a lot of convincing. Look, I've been sick for almost 2 years that I've known. And it took my husband like almost this whole time to realize that, look, dude, this is for real. Like,
it took her own husband some time, and still she comes up with reasons and excuses for him not to go in. And Jim himself said when he started to ask the doctor questions, she cut him off.
I do when I can, and doing the best that I can. I am not making this up. I am not. Who would make this up?
Do you think right there that she's kind of feeling maybe a little guilty? She's not looking into the camera. She's just saying, who would make this up? Well, it's terrible if someone made this up. Let's say she does have cancer. Let's say she has stage 2. Even to put it from a stage 2, to a stage 4 is terrible. So I don't understand it. Sorry, guys, I removed myself by mistake. All right, so let's see.
Who would make this up? Just don't know. Yesterday I found out that one of my favorite all-time YouTube TikTok creators, Hank Green. He's one of the Vlog Brothers. He's one of the very, very first YouTubers. He actually was one of the co-founders of VidCon, or co-creators of VidCon, plus Crash Course, and he's got so many educational um, content, so much educational content out there that I just found out he's got lymphoma. And it was very hard. It was very hard to hear. He is one of my favorite people. And I realized that he must not be posting this information on Instagram like he is on um, TikTok. And he hasn't been coming up on my TikTok page. So I had to actually with TikTok and Instagram, you don't realize that you don't see your favorite content people. People come to me and be like, "We miss you." Well, I'm out there, but you're not. You have to search for me now. It's not just coming up for you. So that was what it's been like. It's been like I've have to actively search for Hank Green. So when I actively searched for him, that's when I found out what was going on, and it just broke my poor little heart for him. He's
Broke her poor little heart. Now she's bringing up somebody else's journey. Let's hear about yours.
got a relatively young child at home and his wife and everything. It's just really sad, but he's going to be okay. They're very good. Lymphoma, one of the very most curable types of cancer, so that is really good. So I'll ask you guys to pray for him too. But anyway, he has. I found him. I went to go realize I hadn't seen him in a while because I heard a soundbite with his voice, and he goes, "I hate minimalism." He's like, I want to be like a nerd wizard who has all the collections of all of their adventures. And I was like, I thought that's me. Hold on, Oreo. Wait, almost done. Okay, mommy, almost done. Did you go potty? Did you go potty? Did you go potty?
Now she's asking the dog this through she calls it Arcadia doors. I call them a sliding glass door. But she's asking Oreo through the door with sign language, did you go potty? Wonder if Oreo will answer and do the same sign language back.
Oreo. Did you go potty? Go potty? Yes? Did you go potty? Okay. Sorry. It's a lot of information you guys didn't need to hear.
It's deflection.
So anyway, yeah, it's for real, it's for real. And I just don't know why. I started to realize earlier that the same thing happens when I was growing up. I didn't do my homework because I know now that I never had a place to concentrate and study in private, and I needed to focus because I wasn't being treated for my ADHD. But
now she's going on about the ADHD and not being able to focus and have a quiet place to study.
the teachers just assumed I was lazy. I walked everywhere when I was young, and I was in a marching band, and I babysat every night of the week. When at the time I was 11, and I used to walk to the babysitter's house for criminy sakes, and I was working my butt off. And what, like that. So it is what it is. That's why I've gotten used to it. That's why it doesn't bother me anymore because I know my truth. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let her in, and I don't know whether or not I'll pick you guys back up again.
Now let's watch because actually she does walk. And I don't see a walker, but let's look at how close the water and everything is right to her convenience so she doesn't have to go anywhere.
So if I don't, I love you. And if nobody's told you today you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you because I love you guys very much. And as always, you take care. God bless. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Right there's tripping hazards on the floor. And I know it's dog toys, but her Sally can trip.
Okay. Okay, mommy's coming. Okay, guys. Mommy's coming, baby. Come on. Come in. Come on. Come on. Gotta come in. Sit. Sit, big girl. Sit down. Good girl. Go ahead. This is what I do after I run outside in the heat. I lay down on my tummy. Do you get a drink? Oreo? Oreo? Do you get a drink? Drink some water?
You see the sign language she's doing? And some dogs do understand sign language, but I don't know how she's training Oreo. It's not like she can't speak or anything, so I'm not sure.
Did you drink some water? You go get a drink of water? Did you have some water? Oh, is there no more? Oh my goodness.
There was something in that bowl, like a toy or something. That water bowl is completely dry and no food.
Wonder. Yeah, nobody told me neither.
Get up and check. So they keep the water right there.
Sit. Nope, sit. Go sit. Get you some food too. There's no more food either.
She's bending over, yeah.
Somebody was a hungry girl this morning, huh?
The food container's right out in the living room.
Mommy. That's silly, mommy. Okay, sit. Oreo. Sit. Sit down. And come eat. Eat. Okay. No, go ahead, eat. Drink. Drink your water. Ooh.
All right, guys. So that was that one. Any thoughts and opinions with that? Yeah, dogs normally, I mean, the puppy probably would eat like 3 times a day, I would think, actually. She keeps extra food and water in the living room. My dog eats twice a day. I let her bowl out. She's a butterball. She looks like a moron signing to the dog. She thinks she's cool. Grew the woman to send me to hell. Oreo gets more respect than Jim. That is sad. But Oreo does get more respect and love than Jim. She would tell Jim. You know, I'm sure, Monkey, what happens is that before Jim, I wonder if he's working. I'm not sure because I think he left early one day and then called in. So I'm not sure. But I wonder if Jim has to do all this. Fill the water, leave the food out there. So it makes it easier for her to be able to, you know, feed the dog, get up and move around. The leash is convenient. It comes right into the house, so she doesn't have to go outside. If anyone remembers, she had said she got the dog so she would be able to get more exercise and move around more. Did anyone else? I did watch her reflection in the water dish. There was no walker with her, Tasha. Did you notice that?
Yeah, she didn't use a lot.
Yeah. Can you guys hear Tasha when she talks? The lies that make me so angry. I mean, I don't see where it adds up to the stage 4. And I'm not even going to say no cancer at all. But with the treatment that she's ready, she could pick and choose it and, you know, just decide on when she's going to do it. Even with anyone that has, let's say, stage 2, they're going to actively stay on their chemo and immune therapy. Also, you know, how the bed sores, what she calls wounds, that was a reaction to the immune therapy. Then it was a reaction to the chemotherapy. Then it was due to her brace. So she came up with a lot of reasons about that. I did put on my community tab about we as individuals, as human, our skin grows yeast. And if we don't take showers and take care of our skin, that yeast will turn into infection. Now, she has stated herself, what was it at one point? She took a shower twice a month or once a month. With those sores, I would think that she would want to go ahead and take a shower at least every other day, at the least, to keep those wounds clean and not get them any more infected. Yeah, her boo-boos. Imagine that one. I mean, I don't know many adults that call, something like that boo-boos. It's actually the right sign for a potty and water. I think not pathetic. I almost can't watch. Well, she's trying to teach us, and she's trying to teach the dog. So we did watch that one. The next one I have, I got to stop sharing and do the other one. One moment. Okay. So here is the other one that was the Sunday brunch. Now, Jim had a live the night before. I think his live was only like 15 minutes. In the middle of it, Jeri had called and it kind of knocked him offline. And he said he wasn't going to get angry about it or anything or say anything. And then he ended up getting cut offline again, which made me wonder if perhaps that she had called again because she wanted to do a live. So let's go ahead. You can see my screen okay? Okay, so let me bring this up and we'll start watching it, okay? The bed sores haven't healed in over 9 months off treatment. Yeah, Monkey. I think it's been actually over a year because I think in the hospital she was stating that the gown was hurting her and bothering her and she wasn't able to lay right. So they may have started back then actually. But here goes the live that she had. Let me go ahead and make that full screen if I can.
Expansion
Oh,
because
hold on.
I don't qualify for Medicare
Hold on.
because
I'm not sure why it's there. Was it all about the dog in the beginning on this too, or no? I don't think so. Let's see.
and stuff don't exist.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
It's like the table. I wasn't looking at. It was looking over there. I was just looking at the whole table. So there we are. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome back to my channel. No, we said that already. I hope everybody's well. I'm having actually regular creamer in my coffee today because Jim does Miralax, then coffee, then creamer, and he accidentally put
Still
the
Miralax.
his creamer in my coffee.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. Yeah, I just was saying like, we can move this.
Miss Woods.
Sorry about that.
Miss Woods
It's
says
hiding the
happy Saturday or Sunday.
SNOOPY from the DOG because she already took the tail off of hers. Now she wants to eat mine.
Sylvia's here.
Good morning, Sylvia. Oh my goodness gracious, that's sweet. Oh, it's delicious, honey.
Yeah, sure, with that face.
Oh.
Mind you, she doesn't like it, but I bet you she drinks the whole thing, right? And can I ask a question? She's able to walk. The doctor didn't give her the limitations. He said not bending over too far and I forgot what else. Oh, lifting over 15 pounds. Okay. So why is she still not making her own coffee is beyond me.
So it's honey, vanilla, cinnamon?
No, it's just vanilla caramel.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
delicious.
I'd be
Complain
upset.
about it and you get to wear it.
Good morning, Sylvia. Oreo, want to come say hi to TT, Sylvia? Come here.
Ah,
Come here.
She's looking at you like, what?
Come up. You got room. Come on.
Oh, you want to come up this way? Come on.
Come on, baby. There you go. Oh, good girl. Come say hi to TT, Sylvia. Say, oh, say I
TT
miss
what?
you.
I get TT's auntie, but I don't know who she's saying it to.
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Good
Oh.
afternoon, beautiful Vincent from New Jersey, the crafty gypsy.
Jesse the crab.
Jess.
Oh, you see yourself on TV?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, no. So this is funny, and I wish I did have the ability to just flip the camera focus around. So this is what happened when she watched Jim on TV the first time. She runs behind the TV and outside to see, like it's a window. She doesn't recognize that it's a TV. But she'd basically come up here like she was going to have a good time and saw herself on the TV and went running. So I guess that's Oreo's whole story for today. She has gotten really big. She is really, really, really sweet. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I do think I'm missing a pillow or something. My back feels very close to the thing.
See, she still has to be careful with those wounds on her back because if she keeps putting pressure on them, it's not going to go away. So I don't know how else she would sit. I mean, maybe get up every hour, move around. I mean, even if it's 5 minutes, like after the knee replacement, I was told to get up every hour, walk around for like 10 minutes. And actually, it helps the leg. So I'm not sure.
I don't have any extra pillows over here, so
It might just be. Oh, maybe just the backup. Let's just do that. I'm having to do full-on wound care again, which I'm so frustrated. Jimmy was hugging me this morning, and he was after like the wound care. He gives me a big hug because he sits behind me, and he was holding me, and I was like, "We're gonna have to." I said, "Can we stop doing?" I said, "Are we gonna ever stop doing this?" And he goes, "No, never." He goes, "Oh wait, the wound care, yes." The snuggles, no. Oh, you scare yourself? Oh my God.
Oreo.
Come here, babe. She drops. I could tell she slid into something and knocked it over.
Does it get to anybody else? Or is it just me?
Look.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm coming for you.
Oh no! What
What are
happened?
you barking at? Huh? What are you
What'd
barking
you do? You knocked it. This happens all like freaking day. She knocks stuff on herself. What? What'd she do? I don't know what she did. Hi, everybody. I see your comments. Let's get. So nice to see you. I hope that's what the comments are because I've missed you guys and
I know what you're doing.
I'm really what?
She was trying to get something out of the garbage can in the the sweeper thing,
Yeah.
the dust
The
collector.
the dustpan.
Fell on her.
She is doing incredible. So at Five Below, I found borrow toys for $4 and $4.50. So $5.
Well,
I
this
don't
is
know
going to
exactly
go
how
all
much
into
they
the
all were, 'cause
toys.
one of them was on clearance. And if you've not
Was this
ever
your
seen a
most
borrow
recent
toy,
live? Am I at the right
basically,
live?
you shove things in, and I'll show you. Look at it, Jim. I got that one. You can get the rest.
See, she's got the
The first one we
grabber,
bought
so
her
why
was
not use the
Puppios,
grabber?
because Oreos, and that was a stage 1 burrow toy because just like how Oreos open like this.
Are you
the
guys
package
okay if I
opens
go
she's
ahead
very
of this
easy
with
peasy. You can get
this?
the cookies out in no time. She got the cookies out in no time. So this one is a moochable.
Hold on, I'm going past this dog stuff. I'm sorry.
Be like, I didn't see Nanny. Where's Nanny? Like, like whatever. It's really funny. It's really cute too.
Well, I'm thinking I want a cat. You can have a dog.
I want a
Like
cat. You
I
could have the
want
dog.
cats and dogs. I want all kinds. So I want all animals. I want to just have an animal farm. I want a pet. I'd love to do a pet rescue. I'd love to foster. That'd be great. You just have to have more patience than my husband first. That's it. Patience.
That's throwing him under the bus. You have to have more patience than my husband. So she's throwing him under the bus. And I don't think a rescue group would approve the home and such for fostering animals. I believe they come to your home.
For my husband, and then I can foster dogs or pets, even cats. So, like my sister in law does. My sister in law, she feeds stray cats. She captures them, she gets them fixed, and she sets them back in her backyard. And some of them come and move into her house forever. She's had so many cats over the years. And my sister and sister in law, I don't just my sister in law. My sister in law is the one who actively goes out and feeds them. That's what I meant. And she's the one who traps them. She works with the rescue group there on Long Island. And she's always like, I think this cat wants to come to your house. I said, oh, you're going to drive her here? Because I would love to have her come to my house. But if you've never traveled with a cat across the country, I used to travel with a cat from Island Park to Westbury, and she was not having that the whole time. Right. Look at what you did to your poor puppy. What's a baby dog? Oh. Daddy was making noises. Hopefully she won't get a look of herself on the camera again. Oh, there we go.
Do you guys remember when she said she got the puppy for Jim, and then Jim came in and he like teared up and was crying? And then Jim came out and said he had already told her he didn't want a dog and this was a different dog. So this dog, I still believe, was for Jeri and deflection. So those are my thoughts. So I don't know what anyone else believes.
We don't have a Five Below by us, so when we were away, I was like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to Five Below and get some like essential things that I always like there, because the Dollar Tree has good things, but they're $1.25 things and $5 things. Like they don't have as many $3 and $5 things. But Five Below's got quality, like better quality things for the price. You know, like they're cheaper than it would be at PetSmart.
As far as her doing I really think that she's gotten in a habit of that now, because remember when she was biting her lips and I showed a video where it showed her she pinched it and made it bleed? And then she has tongue issues. And if you take her tongue, I know this is going to sound kind of sick. It is actually, I've got the name of it. Hold on 1 second. I just want to look it up. It is actually oral thrush that it comes up with. So that is from, not taking care of your mouth properly. You have to remember she's also a diabetic. She's going to heal slowly. On Medicaid, I'm not sure why they wouldn't find a dentist. I mean, I would think that their teeth would hurt and their mouth would hurt. So I would think you have free medical, take care of everything.
Type of thing, or Walmart even. Actually, I never saw any Burrow toys at Walmart. You can get them on Walmart.com, but they're always from a different store or whatever. So. But I can't tell you how much time. The hardest part for me is when I'm not feeling good to get up and collect all the pieces that she's burrowed. I'm trying to train her to bring me the pieces. Like I'm always like, can I have the bologna? Can I have the cookie? Can I have the cookie?
I do want to make a comment. Tasha said, Jim always looks so bored and uninterested when they do a live together. She doesn't understand it. I do want to point out that when Jim was on JHP's channel, he was really into that paranormal. So it was something that interested him. It makes me wonder, does he know that what she's saying is not true? Does he not believe her 100%? Is he unhappy? Because, he's got a lot on his plate. He takes care of his mom. He takes care of Jeri. Now he takes care of the dog. He takes care of himself, and he works part-time. Can you imagine?
But that's the hardest part. It's hard to bring me the pieces so I can stuff them back in. And when I'm not feeling good, to get up and collect the pieces. But otherwise, I just get up and collect the pieces, and it keeps her busy. Right, Mom? Pretty going on. Yeah. The other thing I got for her, these
For about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, the other thing I got for her, these hide bones from Menards. So Menards is if you guys don't know, it's a giant. It is a hardware store, but they have like furniture. Like they're primarily like a hardware store, like a home store. They have furniture. They have lots of things. They have groceries, and again, they have the dog treats and food. There
Oh,
is
wow.
good. Like it's good food. It's real stuff, and at a better price than you can get um, at other places. So we found this 3 pound bag of these. They look like they're peanut butter flavor, but they look like gingerbread men.
Oh.
No,
Now, you would know if you have a dog. I've had many dogs. If you bring out their, and I'm going to spell it because my cats know if I say it, TREATS, they want it automatically. So there was no need to show. You just had to say, I picked up these peanut butter biscuits that look like a ginger man or whatever.
I'm sorry. We already had one today. Remember, we just had one a few minutes ago. Okay.
Wait, what does she have on? Is that a nightgown? Is that her shirt right? Or does she have a blanket on? I didn't notice
It's
that
the
before.
same nightgown she wore in her vlog with
Oh.
a different t-shirt over the top.
Oh, okay. I just got that right there.
Yeah.
So that t-shirt doesn't really fit.
No, and
And so she doesn't look like she's wearing pajamas.
yes.
Wow.
And so it looks like she changes her clothes, I'm assuming.
Wow.
Because she's probably been in that nightgown for
A few days, yeah. Wow.
All I did was pick it up to show the people. I need another one. Is that did I say peanut butter or did I say treat? I don't know.
Wow.
Anyhow.
Just one? You gonna give me the left one? Give me the right one? Which one? Okay. How about half?
Fiona is a Australian kettle dog,
Good job.
border collie, and Great Pekingese.
Really? I wouldn't have
She
guessed
had
that.
her 1 year checkup and weighed 67 pounds.
I
Wow.
honestly wouldn't have guessed that. But you didn't. The pictures that you sent me were just of her, like not perspective, like not her next to you or like. She's beautiful though. Yes, that's been a lot of fun. Talking to Fiona's mom on I'm not gonna tell you her name, but on in chat and emails been really fun. Sharing pictures. We had to put on Oreo's thunder shirt last night because
Fireworks.
people started shooting fireworks off already, and it helps. I can't believe, like, not that I can't believe, I can believe it because there's science behind it, but I just didn't expect it to work as quickly as it did. Like she literally started barking, and I was like, "Oh goodness!" And Jim came out. It was late too, so of course, mom had already gone to bed. So I was like, Jim had come out to help, and I was like,
I just wanted to point out, Mary Walsh said, thrush is a sign of high blood sugars. Cannot understand why she has those sores and nobody takes it seriously being a diabetic. I 100% agree. 100%. And slow healing. And remember, she was off of diabetic medicine, she said, for a while.
"I need help," and he put it on. Help me put her on her because she's too heavy for me to lift. So he helped me put it on, and then afterwards she was just like doing the grumbly rolly, like she was upset. She was like, "Rrr," but I kept trying to calm her down. I was holding on to her and giving her hugs and stuff because she was scared. She gets scared for her, but I know she gets. It's funny because I see her get scared for like us. I kind of joke about it all the time. I'm like, "Oh, you saved me and Nanny from the plastic bag that was flying through the yard. Thank you." But the truth is, like, the way she barks and then she looks back to see everybody, I kind of feel like she's doing that to make sure we're okay. Unless she could be just trying to let us know, like, "Hey, did you see what I saw?"
You guys getting it? It's like all about the dog. I'm going to go a little faster through here because she does change it up. But right now, the main thing is about the dog. And to me, that's a deflection. I mean, maybe it's me. Let's see.
Did you hear that?
No, yeah, we don't hear what she hears for sure. Oh,
Oreo.
what you got, babe?
Don't complain with
I have
that.
a feeling that the piece of cheese is under there.
Could be.
That's what. But no, I don't want her to play with it. Or we got Oreo some dog, but the doorbells to try. Tell us when she's got to go out, right?
No, just now because she nudged the
Yeah.
leash.
Leash, yeah. Do you want to take her out? She has eaten, and it's been since she's eaten. She peed before.
Jim was not happy when she said, do you want to let her out? Now, this is where Jeri, he should look at her and Jeri say, or excuse me, I'm so sorry. Jim should say, Jeri, this is your dog. Why don't you get up and let her out? Remember, she's supposed to move around.
But before we started. But then she ate, so. Oh, Nanny's gonna take you out? You want Nanny to take you out? When Nanny go outside, let's see what she does. Let me get Nanny's boots.
Now she's talking about Nanny let you out. So Jim's mom, I think she's in her 70s. So she'll let the dog out while those two sit. I'm sorry. It's their dog.
Got Nanny slippers? Yeah, she's pacing. She's got to go. Get Nanny slippers. Thank you. Sorry, guys. It's just it's a fun thing to watch because she'll sit and she'll like look at Nanny's slippers and Jim joked and she's like, if you want me to take you out, you got to start learning to get my slippers on.
A lot of dogs, I mean, if you hang like bells at your door, they'll like hit the bells, but they have something different. Also, a lot of dogs are trained, like mine would go to the door, scratch it. If I didn't hear the scratch and I was in another room, he would actually go, roof, roof, let me know that he needed to go out. So, and Jim has mentioned that there's been accidents found like in a corner or something if the dog didn't want to go out in the rain and such. Jim has a dress on. Actually, Beverly, I think it's his Nordic night shirt.
And I was like, she will. She's smart. She will learn how to do it. Go ahead, go out with Nanny. You gonna do run? Sit down, get your collar, get your leash. Sorry. Hi, everybody.
Fiona's mom says that Fiona was actually just put on, I'm going to say puppy Prozac, because she says Prozac, because of her severe anxiety.
Oh, I can imagine that. Have fun.
There goes the door, Sally's letting the dog out.
It's warm. Take your sweater off, or I got Mom this really light sweater for her birthday last year because I know the ones she wears around the house are so heavy that when it's times like this where we don't actually keep the house freezing cold, but she's still a little cold. And we don't keep the house freezing cold for any other reason, just than to save money and to save the planet. You know, it's easier to put on a sweater than it is to heat.
So, but it's summertime. So to keep the house cool, you are paying for that. Now, remember, now here's a little money talk. Remember in the winter when they went without heat for a while, and didn't they leave the mother-in-law home without heat also as well? But they have the Amish fireplace. You lived there how long and you've never fixed your fireplace? But remember how many Dollar Tree hauls she's done for the crafts that she doesn't even use, doesn't even make.
Heat your entire house and that kind of thing. Ooh. Is that somebody trying to spam?
Somebody who's being real.
Spamming up?
Yep.
Are we going to check out the 10-year-olds or whatever? What's the spam?
Basically, he called himself Mr. Beagle, and that's Beagles, and he said Beagles always win. He just typed the same thing. Being a jerk.
Oh, Beagles always win. I mean, Snoopy's a Beagle. Oreo's a part Beagle. Anyway. So we were contemplating getting a fence and fencing in the yard. We did the electric fence for a while, but we realized, and I know this chat wasn't supposed to be about Oreo, but it's going to be. Apparently, we had an electric fence on her, but what happens is the zap and vibration works except when her adrenaline is pumped. If she sees a groundhog, gopher, squirrel, whatever, cat, she will chase that beyond the point of her pain because her adrenaline is pumping in and that whole thing. So,
just changing their.
As long as it's not inappropriate, I don't care. I actually get like boosted in the algorithm for having comments go up. So comment, chat away. That's fine, chat away. As long as it's appropriate, I don't care.
Now she's ready for the, what is it? I can't pronounce it right. Algorithm? How do you say that?
Yeah.
Algorithm. You can't either? Okay. So now she's ready to let the comments stay.
So then we were considering getting a chain link fence, and we still might. We're not really sure. And we're thinking about getting like a 15 by 6, like almost like dog run pen situation.
Wonder who would donate it.
We're kind of all about it, but right now what she's got like the hook in the ground with the 30-foot leash on it. The problem is the 30-foot leash is heavy duty. I wanted it heavy duty because she chews, but it's really heavy. So when I had it directly on her collar, which by the way, the hook of it is a pain in the booty. When I had it directly on her collar, she almost felt like she couldn't go anywhere. She couldn't run. She didn't have like the forward momentum. So what we ended up doing was hooking it to her regular old everyday leash.
And this is true, Charla Fence. They're talking about moving. So the best thing to invest in would be the run, right? Because then you can take it down and take it with you.
So now she has the ability to go at least 10 feet. And then as she starts to run the 10 feet, then it's kind of dragging behind her. She doesn't need as much. She does, the momentum is good. So she could just build up her momentum and she can run further.
Fiona's mom suggests wooden fences. Wooden fence is the way to go, in my opinion. Nice privacy.
Yes, that's part of why we don't want it though, honestly, because the area where the dog goes is an area that we like to see the field and the wildlife, and also we like to have the wildlife come in, and that's another thing. So, and also with
But the wildlife coming in could also hurt the dog. So, you know what I mean? The dog's going to be chained up, and if wildlife does come in and someone doesn't get out there, that's dangerous as well with nobody out there with the dog.
wooden fences, she's notorious for chewing through wood and stuff. Because she's a burrow animal, so if it's in her way, she'll move it. Chain link isn't great either because then she can learn to climb over it, which is why we were thinking about just getting her like a dog run.
There's not many dogs that climb over a chain link fence if it's like 6 feet. I know there are some dogs that can leap them, but even if you get the pen that the dog goes in, that's chain link as well.
Keeping this for when she wants to play or going out with her when she wants to play, but getting a dog run for her to go do her business. But most of the time, she doesn't go out by herself. She likes to have people out there. She will go when she has to go.
She was just out there by herself in the last video.
Yeah. But anyhow, enough about Oreo, right?
Yeah. Yeah, enough.
She is becoming our world. I mean, secondary cancer is like on the back burner. Like, yeah, I still have cancer, whatever, but she's really fulfilling my heart.
Oh. But I don't know if we talked about this. Renee W asked, "How was our cruise? Do we enjoy it?"
Amazing, absolutely amazing. We talked about it on the live stream last week, but we did. It was amazing. I highly recommend a cruise for everybody at least once in your lifetime. Save up your money. What I didn't know before this particular cruise is that you literally can go onto like Norwegian.com and you can book a cruise and put money down on it like every other week or every month or whatever you get paid, whatever you can afford. You just book it that far out in advance. And
so that I think they want to move because maybe they could sell the house or maybe the house going foreclosure. So I don't know anything about that. But if they move somewhere cheaper, they'll be able to save money and travel. It's just all about what Jeri wants. Well, what about the RV? What about the camping for Jim and all that money that was invested? How about put that on Facebook Marketplace and put it away? Put the money away towards bills or something.
Talk to an agent. The agents are very knowledgeable, and they're not just travel agents. They work specifically with the different cruise lines.
So she's talked to them.
It was incredible. It really was. It was a freestyle cruise, which means we got to eat at our leisure at whatever restaurants we chose, which was great. I mean, it really was. It was just it was so fun. It was great to connect with Jim. Jim was able to do his own thing. I was able to do my own thing with my sister, and we were able to come together on days when we just needed to come together. Ting.
Well, here's somebody who has no time, other than to sit there and create multiple accounts to bug people.
What?
People.
Why do you think he's making multiple accounts?
Because when you block somebody, they can't come back in until you let them. And this person.
Oh, it could be a bunch of people. It could be a crew. I like it. Look, as long as it's appropriate, I don't care. I told you, the more comments, the better in the algorithm. Oreo, sit.
Wow, isn't that something with her?
Listen, baby, okay? I know you need a drink. I see your face. Oh, yes, and then never mind. You know what we got to remember to do? Send Nanny out with a cup of ice or something. Pour in the water.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be good. Oh, so sleepy. It's 90-something degrees out, so.
She was underneath the chair.
Oh, she was. She's like, it's too hot.
Yeah.
No.
But you kept your sweater on. It's not. It makes you sleepy.
Just enough.
Just enough.
My sister loves the ice cream.
My sister loves the ice cream too. The ice cream machine goes 24 hours, 24/7. They also have, I was telling everybody last week, they have a restaurant called The Local, and that is open 24 hours a day. It's kind of like a Denny's, like a diner. And that's when I always said you can get food 24 hours a day. You can. But the ice cream machines are at the buffet, and that's those and the water and drink machines run 24 hours. We have coffee all day. They have the ice cream machine all day. They have like the juice machine all day.
Marianne says, are they planning on taking Sally with them when they move? Yes, I believe so. They're looking for different areas. And I don't think they would make it very well without Sally, in my honest opinion.
And the water, like,
Let's see.
so, but it was just an incredible experience. And I'm like, we can't wait to go back and talk about, you know, how can we make this work? And we're trying to work on these things that might
Okay.
change our entire lives just so we can have like an enjoyment here. And this,
Renee says that she goes, yes,
Now, for someone with stage 4 cancer, right? Isn't she making a lot of plans in advance and what she's going to do and where she's going to move and everything? Wouldn't you think that the focus would be on your chemotherapy, your immune therapy? But we're talking about moving.
we made late trips for the ice cream.
what I was doing was ice cream. For those you don't know, it really helps the mucositis. It's not just because it's cool and it's soft, but also like the milk fat coats my mouth a little bit better. And I don't think that that's ice cream. It might be like the low fat ice milk or whatever. But what I would do is put it in like a drink cup. So I'd have it and bring back to the room. So I'd have a little bit now, and then I have a little bit in a little while. My sister would grab bananas because they run out of bananas in the beginning of the cruise, because it's not something you can keep. I don't know. You had bananas the whole time. They would give you bananas on your breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that was the cruises.
Maybe, I don't know.
She's like, well, if you think about it, whatever they bring on the boat on Sunday, that's what they're going to have the whole time. So, I was like, okay, good answer. Relax, babe.
Yeah, Monkey Mimi, especially a pit bull mix. I do see pit. I see rot too. And if you're going to rent a place, number one, I wonder if they, with homeowners insurance, if you have a dog, usually you have to add the dog and let them know what type of dog that you have on your homeowners insurance, or if you have renter's insurance, that way it's covered. But I'm sure they haven't done any of that.
It's going to be okay.
My favorite cruise was the Star Trek cruise.
We wanted to do that so bad.
What my says, hi Jeri Ann and Jim. I'm just
See right there. He's been told, I mean, by me and the other women, what my oh my is gorilla, but yet I don't understand why it doesn't kick in.
Just rewatched something else. How are you feeling, Jeri?
Today is actually good. We went. I had appointments on Tuesday. I rested all day Wednesday. I had appointments on Thursday, and things to do. And Friday, I was like wiped. Yesterday, I was in a lot of pain, so I took a little bit of a THC gummy, and then I was like a little too stoned to comprehend things.
Do you guys hear that? That she took a THC gummy a little bit, and she was too stoned. And THC gives you the munchies. With somebody that has cancer and that hasn't lost weight, that is continuously gaining weight, is on. Here's what I thought. If you're prescribed a Tylenol 3, which is an opiate, I'm surprised they're also, letting her have medical marijuana with THC. It's usually one or the other. Now, being with cancer, it definitely could be different. But she's also on gabapentin, remember, as well. She's also on Ritalin as well. She's also on, there was one other, and I can't think of it right now. But she's on quite a different medications. And do her doctors not go through all the medication she's on? And insurance does not cover THC. She has to pay for that out of pocket, and it's not cheap.
It was a very high potency one. But that combination of those 2 days, today I actually feel pretty good. I have a fair bit of pain in my back, so I took a Tylenol coating, but no THC for me today because Jim has to go to work, so I can't be out of commission. I can be out of commission when Jim's home, because even if Jim's busy, he'll only be busy for like a half an hour. So then Mom can cover if I can't do something for like that 30 minutes. But I don't want to do that to her.
So she gives them 30 minutes to do things on her own. She can't be out of commission. Well, what kind of THC is she using that it makes her out of commission? Because you guys know I've stated that when I had the knee replacement, I did try to do the THC, rather than doing pain pills, but I got behind the 8 ball on that. So I stopped with the THC, and I did have to go to hydrocodone.
Like for the 6 hours Jim's away. She does enough to help with me with Oreo when I'm not feeling good. So I don't want to purposefully not feel good, if that makes any sense.
What my oh my asked if the gummies make you hungry.
You know, it's really funny. They do. They increase my appetite, which is great. And not all the time. They don't give me the munchies. They give me like an appetite. So one of the medications.
So they give her an appetite, right? Do you think that's what she needs is an appetite? She is going to probably go into the Ritalin now that says she can't eat with that. Wendy Cece probably gets her the THC. Maybe that's why she gives her so many rides around.
That I'm on, I have like no appetite. Now what happens is if I don't eat breakfast with my morning meds, I literally could like my morning meds. So I have to make sure that I eat, but I'm so like satiated. I'm almost like full to almost nausea. You know what I'm saying? So
you guys, can't she just drink like a Slim Fast or something like that and take her medication or do a protein drink? But it's always about she has to take food.
They do help me have a little bit of an appetite. Otherwise, I just I don't say force food down my throat, but I try to be, I still try to make good choices. It doesn't always happen, but life is life. But yeah, I mean, and that's part of why they give it to cancer patients, because it'll help them eat calories.
Okay, so that's why they give THC to cancer patients. But she doesn't have, she's not real small. Like they might want someone that's a cancer patient that's like 130 and under to increase their appetite. But do you think our oncologist wants to increase the appetite? Because weight does contribute to the kidney cancer as well.
But I really do it just because it does help with the pain. But then I'm worried. So you guys ever have this? This is what I've balanced my whole life. So if I have an injury that I'm supposed to be resting, which my back is pretty much, and then I take something to relieve the pain, and then it makes me want to do more things because now I feel better. Is that bad? Am I doing something? Could I potentially be doing something wrong by using muscles or bones or joints that I'm not supposed to be using? So it's kind of like,
which ones are those?
Not supposed to be using muscles or joints. No, you should keep your muscles and joints healthy so you can continue to take care of yourself and do some basic daily living skills.
Exactly. Well, my L3 area. If you guys watched the car chat the other day, we talked about how the doctors keep surprising me with tumors that they are assuming that I know about. I don't know. Do they think that people are disconnected? Do we think we all have an internal X-ray machine that we could just be like, oh, that's right, I forgot about these 95 ones. No,
okay. There was a while ago where she had said everything had shrunk and she was doing fantastic. And then like a couple videos later, she came back and said there were all these tumors on her spine. Yet they want her to do physical therapy. Where's her physical therapy? Look at when she was doing the physical therapy in the bed with the ball. She was moving her back. She was doing things. Also, with the tumors on her spine, I'm telling you, it would go up to her brain. So her storyline, she knows a lot of medical at times. And that's why I say maybe she has stage 1, stage 2, or maybe she does do a lot of good research. I think with the blue Bodhi, actually, I think she was looking to come back NED, that it was a miracle cure.
No, I'm not bullying you. I'm not doing it to be funny. I have no idea what you're talking about. So it's worries, like not worries. I don't sit and worry and get antsy. It's just that.
Chandra, here in upstate New York, if you are on any type of pain medication, we have to do a urine test to make sure there's nothing there. So I don't know if she would have to do a urine test or not. Every state is different, but I don't know.
That if I hurt myself in a certain way, and I'm like, oh, wait, was there a tumor there? Like, did I just fracture that bone or something? It's just something that's new to my world that I have to kind of consider. It sucks, but it's true. What are we gonna say? What happened?
What my oh my is making a taco spaghetti seasoning.
Really? First of all, is it a seasoning for taco spaghetti, or is it a combination of like Italian, Mexican seasoning blend? Like, I'm curious what that means. Taco spaghetti seasoning. I have to know more. Because that does sound kind of incredible. So the difference, not the only difference, but the main difference between fajita seasoning and taco seasoning is oregano. which is in Italian cooking. So like, I think if you put like parsley and oregano and possibly some basil in fajita seasoning, that sounds fire too. So I don't know. Sounds amazing. I can't see.
Fiona's mom, are the doctors requiring to tell you where all the tumors are?
Well, technically, if I force them to, they have to. But the way my oncologist said, he's like, first of all, we can't, it's going to be really difficult to map them all out. And second of all, he's like, do you really need to know? No, this like he's like, he's good because he is. Look, this is why we're doing treatment to make you have more quantity of life. Quality of life is a big thing, but he's very forthright. Where he's like, there is no cure for this. You aren't going to get better. This is just you're just going to have good days. We're just gonna try to make you have more good days, last longer. If you feel up to it, let's do this. So they're technically like, if I force them to, they'd have to, but it's apparently going to be a very difficult process. Now that being said, I probably would have to pay for those tests by myself because they're not really required. But what I do want to do is I want to collect all my films. I want to go to the 3 different hospitals. Well, technically 2 hospitals because my orthopedic oncologist is affiliated with SLU, but he's actually in a different hospital. So it's 3 different hospitals I have to go to get hospital systems to go and get all of my x-rays and tests.
Irene.
Hi, Irene. Which one?
Flores.
Okay.
She says, hi, Jerry and Jim. I hear you guys might move to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I live in Albuquerque.
Sweet. Where did you hear that from? He always puts the cart before the horse. I mean, and we're planning, we're doing that. We're making the move to like, so what we were been talking about most lately is I do love it here. I'm not saying I don't love it here, but my body has changed. My body doesn't want it to be as cold, as hilly, as this, as that. I want to be someplace where my arthritis won't just be because it's 90% humidity outside. But the other thing is for mom's comfort, us to be together. But the major reason that I wanted to move is so that we can afford to do vacations and travel more.
See, so there's a method behind her madness. She wants to move because she wants to be able to do more. Lymphomas are benign. Yep, they are, Charla.
Go someplace where, a cost of living is cheaper to get maybe into something that we can afford to move around. Oh, you okay there, girl?
What'd you do?
It looked like a fly was in her face, but like it's outside, and maybe she sees it outside, and that's it. Oh, tall girl.
Look how high she's been jumping.
Oh yeah, but that was just standing, and not even on the glass. That was just sorry, guys. Digress. Squirrel, dog. So we've been looking. One of the places we've been looking, I was, trying to look up. I started with, cost of living maps, and I said I was thinking about in the Southwest area, the warmer regions. I said, I think I like New Mexico because you never hear about New Mexico in the news. Like it's never, there's never. I don't want to put it out there because God forbid, but I was like, you don't see any mass shootings. There's not like any big major protests. Just feels like everybody's like chill. That's a big one. And then we went to the cost of living maps, and states have that one. That's overall that state is 11.9% below the cost of living average, and there's just like a lot of different things. And when we drove through with Lisa, we went to. I loved Albuquerque. I was like, I would stay there, but then I was looking at other places, and then I was looking for places that have cancer centers, so I can possibly get.
Question, isn't there cancer centers right in St. Louis? So she's not too far away from cancer centers? And I thought Jeri Ann did not like it really hot and stuff because she sweated a lot.
Different treatment, maybe get a kidney specialist and see about that whole thing. But I mean, we're just in the really is this something we can do? We're in the planning of trying to figure out can we afford to do this? We have to also go for a place that has Medicaid expansion because I don't qualify for Medicare because you actually have to have kidney failure.
Now, excuse me, kidney failure, Medicare will cover stage 4 cancer of the kidney. It doesn't have to be kidney failure or be on dialysis. If you have stage 4, you do qualify for Medicare. And they would expedite her things. Expedite it.
And I don't have kidney failure, thank God, to get Medicare. I mean, there's other things you can. There's other diagnoses you can, but as far as like what diagnoses I have. That's the next. So I have to get a place that has the Medicaid expansion so that Jim can have insurance in case his job doesn't offer it, because that's what we've been the last couple of years here. So just a lot of different, like, balls in the air. And I would love to be closer to my sister. If and when my sister and sister-in-law do eventually move out to Las Vegas, obviously there'll be more family there. And I said it's just as inexpensive to fly from like Las Vegas to New York than it is from St. Louis to New York. And I think that's really because the amount of planes that go back and forth, until the choices are more plentiful.
Yeah.
So as far as being able to visit and stuff. So
Fiona's mom asks, how can they monitor them if they aren't tracked?
well, so what they do basically is they the radiologist who does the doctor that reads the bone scan, for example, let's just using bone scan, the doctor that does the bone scan, he knows where they all are, and his only job is to look at the ones that are what would be like red flags or compare them to the old ones. Like that's all. The first time I had a nuclear bone scan, they're looking for ones that are like noticeable, like big, like worrisome. The ones that are in my femur could have broke, it did. The ones that are by the one that is on my like my sixth rib, for example. Yes, it was pretty big. It almost filled in the whole rib. But also that's a place where if I crack that rib, I potentially could get a punctured lung. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so they were looking for ones that also could be like dangerous. None of them besides my femur actually caused me any pain. I didn't know that the ones in my shoulders were causing.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. She's saying none of the other tumors caused her pain. When you have cancer on your bones and such, wouldn't that cause a lot of pain in different areas? Like she complained about her shoulders hurting, and I think she had one or two radiation treatments on her shoulders, but I'm not getting where she's not in pain from these tumors.
Causing me pain. I thought that was just old lady bursitis type of arthritis thing. So, so they would basically, they monitor the
old lady bursitis. She is 51 too. Like, come on.
The ones that are of concern. Otherwise, what they do is they just take the first bone scan and they compare the new one to the first one and see any new ones, any ones that have gotten bigger, any ones that have look dangerous now. So that's sort of what they do. The same thing with the spinal surgeon. He sat there and he was like, well, he's like, you know about all these. And I was like, I really don't, but go ahead, tell your story.
And she's talking about the spinal surgeon, the oncologist, the, what was it? Oncologist, orthopedic. I don't understand why they all don't work as a team. Like when my brother had cancer, they all got together. He reported to his oncologist. He didn't go to all these other different doctors for different advices. They all came together. They all discussed his case. And the oncologist was the one that would say, this is what you need to do. This is what we're going to do. So this is where I get lost as well.
And he's like, well, there's no changes to these. He basically knew. He looked at them from the first scan to the second scan to the ninth scan. And he's like, there's no changes in these. And that's fine. That's what I need to know. But as far as every single solitary one, nobody's worried about it until it causes a problem.
Wow.
Even my right femur. So I talked to my orthopedist oncologist, and my right femur has a new concern from the bone scan guy. And I talked to my, he's like, if it's not hurting, I'm not going to worry about it. Nothing to be alarmed about. I said, okay,
wow.
Sure.
Yo, you see Jim looking? Look at Jim. He's looking at her like, what? And she's seen it in the camera. And now she's looking at him. Wow. You see it? You see those eyes?
That's what he said.
Okay.
He's like, as long as it's not hurting.
He said, okay.
And I was like, okay.
That sounds odd.
And I said, I don't want any like parameters put back, like, don't bear your weight on it or whatever. He's like, nope, just keep being smart about it. I said, okay. I mean, and I guess that's just because there is no healing. There is no cure. Like that they're just like, as long as you're comfortable, if you're uncomfortable or if it's a lot of pain or those types
Did
of
I miss
things.
something?
Just Jeri.
He did. He was doing his face. Sorry, I was looking at the comments.
Then we'll worry about it. So, right, as long as my kidney function, blood work is all still good,
Renee asks, have you?
Her kidney function's still good. Mind you, she said it was in her kidney. So how good is your kidney function? As you age, our kidney function goes down, but hers was 100% with that large tumor inside of her kidney.
Have we watched Star Trek Strange New World?
No, not yet.
No.
We are still actually, we're so far behind on Star Trek series, which is, and it's really hard because my sister's like, did you see it yet? Did you see it? I'm like, I really didn't. Just the timing wise of watching those types of TV shows, we only have like a couple hours a week, and there's so many different things that we watch. So it's like, we're gonna finish this, we're gonna binge this. We actually didn't even start the second season of Picard yet, which now it's the third and final season's over already. We haven't
Yeah.
watched the second season of Discovery because the first season of Discovery is a lot of Klingon, and we have a lot of trouble reading the subtitles because of the old TV we had and my vision. So now it's gonna be it's gonna be a little easier, but then now we have to get to it, But I want to see the cartoon too, the cartoon series, and I want to see the new the new Strange New World with Pike and I want to see that. Looks really very interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
Donna Morgan says, I get a copy of all the scans.
Dana.
Dana.
Yeah. So hi, Dana.
She would get basically she's saying she'd get a copy of the scans.
Yeah. I had my original copy from the first time I got my first scans, and I ended up having to giving it to my orthopedist oncologist, and I never got it back. So I actually have none. But I've showed you pictures. Like I took pictures when they were on my computer.
Let's see here. What? Wait a minute. Yeah. What are you doing, dog?
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh my. Says Jerry, I would suggest you find out the moving information, your time of life left, but don't share it online in video. You would. Oh, you do you first. That's important.
So I'm confused. I'm sorry. You just confused me for a second. I'm not sure if I just understood the way Jimmy was reading it or you were trying to say, but the doctor can't tell me. If you're asking about like how much time I have left on this earth, nobody knows that.
That's one of the
Yeah.
Nobody knows that. She's had stage 4 cancer now for over a year. She's picked and choose her chemotherapy. She's picked and choose her immune therapy. She keeps talking about NED. So no evidence of disease, which means because there's no cure. So she can't say that she was cured, but she could always say that there's NED, no evidence of disease. That's where I think she was trying to take that whole blue Bodhi, was by doing this natural and doing that natural. She became NED. But I kind of think either blue Bodhi caught onto it or something. Something happened that all of a sudden, no more talk about the blue Bodhi.
Yeah, nobody knows that. Even my oncologist said you can be like, if you take a turn tomorrow, or you can live for 10 years with this thing. So
10 years. Can you imagine?
You want something from me?
She's like, yeah, I want treats and peanut butter.
I think it's 5 years, and that's in good health.
Do you enjoy flying? Yes,
I
do.
I love it.
I mean,
I love it.
Now we're going to give the
I
dog
had no
peanut
choice.
butter.
The first time we flew someplace that I can remember, and that was from
Wow, we scraped that.
And I remember waking up while the plane was getting ready to line up for descent, going, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So
that's funny.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Looking down at snow white trees.
I don't think I knew that. That's really funny. I love to fly, and I have ever since my first flight when I was 16 and a half years old. I love it. I didn't love it before I realized there were seatbelt extenders, because when I first got too big for a seatbelt or very uncomfortable, I was very uncomfortable in a seatbelt for a long time. So I was like, ugh, flying, But actually having a partner, being married, or having somebody to sit with in the seat, it was Sharon at some point, like, was it just always Jim? You ready? You want treats in there? Am I putting treats in there, or just you just want this? Okay. Okay.
She's going to make that dog obese.
Dana.
Okay. She asked, I know you watch Yellowstone. No, we haven't.
No.
I've only caught glimpses of it and went, oh man, I need to, but no, I haven't.
And I'm mad because I love Harrison Ford, everything. So he's actually in the spinoff, 1812, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And I haven't. Nope, we haven't watched any of that either.
Let's see.
If Yellowstone was about wolves, he'd watch it, but it's it's about a ranch. So.
Yeah. She also says, I make my DRPP. Whatever that means. Fiona Mom says, it is okay to have caffeine with your ADHD medication. I was worried you should kind of manic in your vlog on Friday.
No, well, that was I was happy. That was not manic. That was literally like I got the results from the doctor and I was able to share it with you and I was out enjoying life. What I've noticed is anytime that there's a glimpse, and there is pain, but anytime there's a glimpse of like my old life, like if I'm able to cook something or shop or like
Oh,
whatever, and that's my old life comes back, that's how I feel. I feel manic, and I don't. No, actually, the contrary. So I did say in that video that I take a generic Ritalin, which is a stimulant, and it's 10 milligrams. And what I did notice was if I don't have coffee, also, it doesn't work as well.
Now, Ritalin, she's saying it's a stimulant, and she takes it with the caffeine. Ritalin is used to calm and relax. If it makes you hyper, then you don't need it. So she went and watched TikToks or IG or something and figured out how to pass the test. Remember, she can remember the eye test. Anyone remember her saying that? Like, oh, I feel like it's cheating because I can remember the, letters on the eye test. So I don't understand how any doctor is falling for this. Either that or she has several doctors for a reason.
The days that I've had just coffee, and the days that I've had, the days that I've had just Ritalin, and the days that I've had just coffee because I was out of medication for a week because of a nationwide shortage. They help a little bit, but not as much as the combination.
Okay, I'm gonna jump over a couple questions
Sure.
because she corrected herself. She says, "Sorry for my stupid fingers. I make the doctor put in disc," and then she says, "I take pic of it."
Yes. So
Oh,
I
take a
could take a
picture.
picture of the doctor's computer. I've done that actually the very first appointment I went to. But the orthopedist even just sees it on a tiny little computer and he doesn't see it like a big TV screen. When I went to the spine surgeon, he's a spine surgeon, but he is an orthopedist oncologist for spine. But he actually has a giant TV that he puts the thing up on in the office. When I go to my oncologist, he's just got like a little computer. So it's not really, wouldn't be good pictures anyway. Literally, I have to tell you the honest truth. The bone scans all look like the first one. They're like, they don't look any different. They're just like, oh, look, black spots, like black spots in the shoulders, black spots in the knees, black spots around my bladder area. And it's like.
And then Mary Long
Hi, Mary.
says, "Hi, Jerry. I'm just wondering, do you think if you were diagnosed earlier in life with your ADHD, your life would have been different just in perspective of just knowing?"
100%. So I shared a video and I talked about this on the last live that a lady did a video, why are you still bitter about your late diagnosis? And I realized that when I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher, a nurse, and an interior decorator. And I ended up being none of those things. Technically, like running a group home, you end up being all of those things, but like I didn't go to school for any of them because I had a really hard time. I was a very gifted child. I know now why, but I was a very gifted child who did not read a stitch. So if I would have given the tools to allow my brain to focus on reading, I cannot even imagine where I would be right now. If I was given the tools to be.
But she can focus on TikTok and playing games on her phone and such, but she couldn't focus on reading.
Be able to read properly, focus on books, then I don't even imagine where I would be right now. So yes, I know for a fact I would be someplace different.
Exactly, Mary. Black spots also can be arthritis and such. It's not always has to do with cancer and tumors.
Now, in hindsight, any deviation to your path that you take is not going to get you where you are right now. But yes, if I could, not know about this life that I have right now, and go back and start over, I would.
Well, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Well, it's like me. Growing up in the military, they didn't know how to diagnose any of that stuff. They just labeled you with like you're slow or something like that. It wasn't until high school when I got a very good.
Jim is talking. Now she's doing and she's getting more peanut butter for that dog. Give him time to speak.
Teacher that made me realize that I can read.
Oh, put it away.
I'm
Sorry.
focused on the material.
Yeah.
And then I realized that the material that I'm more focused on is like nature, the supernatural, the paranormal, some histories.
Some histories.
Yeah, like
Well, even like Native American for a while. You mean like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's shooting
Go
trees.
underneath that table, and that's why she's trying to get underneath that table. Now I know what's going on.
Oh, but if I shoot them on the carpet, she can't hear or they go at all.
Well, shoot them for both and aim for them.
Okay.
Who can
Sorry, I was just trying to give the dog something to do.
So I
Wanna get
learned
squishy?
by the time I hit 10th
Go get
grade
squishy.
that
Go get
if
squishy.
I'm interested in it, I can read it, I can retain the information, and not worry about having issues. That and my reading teacher wanted book reports on the material you read, and she allowed me to do oral book reports.
That's nice. Yeah, I joked about like with my sister. I said I've always wanted to go to a lecture only college because I absorbed the spoken word, or I was able to do it much better when I was younger. But I could absorb the spoken word way better than I attained anything that I read. And I used to tell my teachers, I'd be like, I just get stuck on the same sentence over and over again. And they, look, just like when you get on YouTube and you're overweight and everybody just assumes it's because you're lazy. It was the same thing going on when I was in school. They just assumed I was lazy. They assumed that the fact that my clothes were all dirty.
Wait, if they assumed she was lazy at school, it's because it's something they've seen. And people on YouTube, I never thought of her as lazy, as, a weight problem. I didn't see that. I was just watching her for a lot of different reasons. For some of the crafts, and also because, like I had said before, when she was on her vlogs, to me, her voice was calming, so I would fall asleep to it. I don't anymore. Let me tell you that.
Dirty was because I was lazy and not because I was poor. It was just like, well, poor people can wash their clothes,
Right.
or whatever. So it's just a lot of assumptions happened.
And it is true. Poor people can wash their clothes. Even if you don't have a washer and dryer, you could still wash your clothes in a tub, in a sink, take care of it, hang them up to dry. There's different ways that people get around.
And I was just doing the best I could. So
Anne Marie, no one actually knows how long we have left on this earth. We may all be kind humans while we are here.
that's right.
And Kat, exactly. It doesn't cost much to be clean. You know what? She has said before they haven't had soap or this or that. You could still take a shower and wash your body with warm water and still get some of that yeast and such and dead skin off your body. So you have to want to do it. You have to want to do your basic living skills.
And that's all that anybody ever asks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I have been on the tail end of bullying my whole life, and I've been on the receiving end of kindness. And why? Of course, kindness is the way to go. Why? Like, you're fine. It's okay. It's getting late too because we started very late today. Jim had a very, very restless sleep night, and we got a really late start today. That's why we called it Sunday brunch, because it's brunch time. In my description I wrote, grab your second cup of coffee.
What my oh my says, Jay, that's right. Nobody knows our time left, so you never have
Yeah.
to answer or share stuff relating to
Well,
certain
yeah.
things. Pick and choose what you share online.
Well, that's true. Well, I don't. So look, I pick and choose what I share online to a certain degree because there is certain like marital privacies, of course, and other people's information.
Privacy.
It's private to them. Of course, I won't share it. But as far as my life's concerned, I don't want to hold anything back from you, and I try to be as
I'll let her go.
forthcoming as possible. Obviously, there's some things obviously you still have to keep private, and there's some things people don't want to hear. I get a lot of TMI, kind of thing. Sorry, we
Ew.
have a
Why is she doing
crunchy peanut
that?
butter, and it always leaves like the end in the Kong, and I have to help her.
Wow.
But if I knew, I would tell you. Of course, I would, 100%. But it's one thing I've learned in the last 3 years with my brother passing away at 38, and my nephew passing away at 29. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And there's no formula. Just live the best life you can. Have no regrets. That's one of the things they tell you. You always hear older people, be kind and have no regrets. That's what they say is the secret to a long and happy life. I'm not 100% sure how long we've been on. You do this thing, remember? What's it say?
54 minutes.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna end up wrapping it up now anyway. We've been holding Mom off on her nap since this last hour anyway. But because we started off really late, we only have a little time left to crunch the rest of our day in. So I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for joining us. If nobody's told you that you're loved,
Yep. I'm done there, guys. I don't watch that part. All right. So how was that, guys? Do you guys see a cancer journey? Are you seeing deflection? I'm just lost because the things that she comes up with, and Pickleball said marital private, except when she mentioned his ED. Yeah, that was so disrespectful. And not only that, I mean, she said that he was, and this is out of her mouth, not mine, saying he was socially retarded, you know, and she knows Jim has like, and it might be like OCD he has. Like he likes to keep things on a schedule. If he has to go to work, he has stated that he likes to get prepared for work. If she knows that, but then she rushed him to the store, there's no reason why that day that she didn't go to the store by herself. This was like 4 or 5 years ago when she, wished she was treated like she had cancer. So, but I think that's going to be it for tonight because I do actually have to admit right now my leg sitting here in the chair is really burning. I do want to thank everybody for coming. And I'm actually going to go watch some Jody Wright tonight. I'm going to go back like probably six videos or so. And I'll go ahead and watch that. And there's something else we can always discuss as well. I do think that Jeri's going to continue posting. I know her birthday month is coming up. I know that she does have the PayPal back on her account again. So if there's anything that you guys want to discuss or watch a video, if you could put it in the comments and we can go through it together and enjoy it together, that would be awesome. But guys, what do I always say? You know me, I will be back. Thanks, Spot On. I am feeling better. It's just at the nighttime. But I want to thank everybody, and I'll keep you updated and posted on my community tab. And you all have a fantastic evening, okay?
T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, all these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light. I need to breathe, get me up and out of the sheets. Under my feet, another cup of coffee and me. That's what I need, my eyes puffy, I can't see. I'm too tired to function, but too lost to sleep. Hey, I think I need to be on something medication. I think I need to figure out the segregation. I think I needed just a better education to understand a world that's so complicated. Intoxicated, every night faded, just so I can sleep thinking that it's faded. I feel hated, I feel hatred. I'm lost deep in my mind that I've created. I have dreams where my life is devastated. Feel so real that I wake up shaking. You think it's scared cause this life is no haven. Nod your head if you get what I'm saying. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light, yo. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light. I don't really think I understand this world now. Got my head spinning round in a circle. Everybody lacks what they need internal, so they compensate with everything external. Not trying to throw shade, no way. I'm just trying to find the meaning of life, hey. There's happiness if you try to live the right way. Forget about what others have and live your life, hey. Be aware of who you are, what you're good at. Take a step forward, see where your foot's at. Stand tall, stand proud, talk loud. Every word out your mouth has purpose now. You just gotta get rid of the bad thoughts. Hating others cause you know that they got a lie. Forget that though, you got plenty, you're alive in this life. You got time, go get it. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light. All these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. What am I doing? Did I do it right? Yeah, all these thoughts keep me up at night, yeah. I can't think straight, need the light.